All right, guys. So Gilbert Burns has said he doesn't know who's going to be champion in the welterweight division. This coming year, 2023. But he also said he has a feeling, and he is leaning toward Leon Edwards beating Kamaru Usman in the third fight, which is not booked yet, but most likely going to take place on the London card in March. Now, the state of the welterweight division it's always been kind of a crapshoot. It's never been, cut and dry. This is the matchmaking has always been kind of difficult. It seems like for some reason there always is some sort of dilemma, or they're always trying to pull. It's like pulling teeth to get these guys to fight each other. It's weird, especially in the top five. So, I mean, he also said, and I read this on MMA Junkie. He also said that he doesn't know what's going on with, Colby. What's his situation. We haven't heard anything about him possibly. I mean, we've heard rumblings about him fighting Chimaev, but that seemed to have died down. Or at least we haven't heard anything about that. Burns also said he would be very open to fighting Hamza again. He thinks that with a win over him and maybe another win, that he can be right back in that title picture. But I want to jump to his first initial statement or the question he was asked who was going to win the third fight between Leon and Kamaru. Him saying that Leon will win the third fight, I have my extreme doubts, because Kamaru, besides maybe that first round where you could give it to Leon, I could not see, there was no path to victory for Leon at that point. Decision-wise, obviously, fight could have been stopped, and Leon could have got a finish, which he did, best finish of 2022, in terms of what it meant and just how out of nowhere it seemed, and then him winning the title from a guy like Kamaru who held the title since 2018. But he pulled victory from the jaws of defeat, and he was on his way to a 4-1 loss. For that to happen again, where Kamaru falls flat and Leon doesn't, is able just to kind of ride out a victory or stop him again, I really don't see that happening. I don't see it. I think Kamaru is going to be extra motivated. He has shown, and and that was his first loss. That was his first loss for, a by stoppage, that, being knocked out. And we never seen that before. And yes, you could say, oh, well, we never seen that. And who knows how he could come back and how he can bounce back from that, and if he's going to. But I think Kamaru is the type of guy that is going to be extra motivated by it. And we know, like everyone knows, you can be happy for Leon. You can be, thrilled that he's the champion, and you can hate Usman all you want. But that doesn't change the fact that a lot of people still think that Kamaru is really the champion. And with like a minute left, he got caught. Now, yeah, he's not the champion, but I think he proved pretty decisively that he is better all around than Leon Edwards is. So I don't understand why Burns would say he leans Leon to win that fight, but I mean, I can't wait to see. It's going to be a huge event. I mean, Leon being English and having it be in the UK, that in England specifically, that's going to be a huge spectacle. And if they can get Colby to fight Chimaev as like co-main, and that could be like I still think that could be like a title eliminator. And I still think that Colby, as of right now, if Chimaev can beat him, then it's Chimaev that can fight Usman. But I still, as of right now, the only proven one to give Usman the run for his money, is Colby, because yes, Leon beat him, like I said, but Kamaru was on his way to a decisive victory. It wasn't going to be close. Colby's in both of the fights with Colby and Usman. Colby, I thought that it should have been at least a draw in the second one. Scoring it was scored 3-2, but I thought it was at least a draw, because you probably can give it 10-8 to Usman in round 2, but Colby won 3, 4, and 5. So it could have been at least a draw, in my eyes. But in the first fight, it was 2-2. Some even had it. I think one judge had it Colby 3-1. So, Colby is the one with the gas tank, with the wrestling, and Colby's striking is not the greatest, but it sets up his wrestling and the pace that he's able to put on you and the consistent pressure. That is shown to be a challenge for Kamaru, and he's given him his toughest fights. Colby has, and so you have Colby and Chimaev fight on the co-main of UFC the pay-per-view in London in March, I believe, and the winner of that faces the winner of Leon and Usman, and I think that sets up the division pretty well, because you can have Burns fight the loser of either one. You got Bilal Muhammad in there, who's coming off a big win against Sean Brady, who's undefeated, and you also have Shavkat Rakhmonov coming up. He's fighting Jeff Neal, and that's an interesting fight too. So the welterweight division is very promising in the future, and right now it's very intriguing. But like I said earlier, it's like it's pulling teeth to get these guys to fight, and it's always been like that for some reason. It's not like bantamweight or lightweight where these guys are fighting all the top guys. Top guys are fighting each other, whatever. But for welterweight, it's different. But I just wanted to bring that to you guys. What do you guys think? Do you think Leon has a chance of beating Usman again in the third fight, or do you think Usman is going to be able to handle business and take care of it and get his belt back? And also, who do you think Chimaev's going to fight? Burns, Colby? Is Colby going to fight? Period. Let me know. Yeah, I'm eager to hear you guys' comments.